Hey there, I'm Lance and I'm a gamer.
And I'm Sam, and I'm a non-gamer.
And we are Love to Hate, where we help gamers find great games to play with non-gamers.
And today we're taking a look at Confusing Lands by Envy Born Games.
Confusing Lands is a 1 or 2 player game from Envy Born Games, a part of their tiny game series that are in these small little boxes. This is number 4 in their series, and they're all about this same size. And with this game, what you'll be doing is you'll be choosing amongst 2 cards, and you'll keep 1 card, pass the other card to your opponent, and with that card you are going to be deciding whether you want to play it on one side, which has some land features, or you'll be playing it on the other side, which is going to have a scoring condition where you'll get your points from. And you'll be overlapping the cards, building up a terrain area in front of you. And this is a very simple game because that's all there is to it. You choose a card, you choose which side of the card you want to play, and then you're adding it to somewhere in your terrain area. Hopefully adding more conditions that give you more points or more opportunities to get points in this game. But the real interesting catch with this game is that for every scoring condition that you have in your area, you lose 10 points. So you want to absolutely make sure that you're getting at least 11 points on these scoring conditions. Otherwise, it's not in your best interest to have that scoring condition. You'll be losing points with this one. So it's a very simple idea with this game, and the box says it takes about 10 minutes long, and I think that's pretty accurate, and ages 10 and up. So this is a fairly light game, and it would be considered maybe a filler game by most, but I think it's the perfect kind of game for us to review here on our Express Rex. So let's get right into it. Sam, what are the things about this game that stood out to you in a good way?
I mean, it's a very easy setup, and it's easy to understand the general idea of it. And then you have a lot of choices when it comes to how you're going to score. So I think that can be a pro or con depending on who you're playing with and what kind of gamer they are. But I liked having the options, but then again, it was also hard to narrow down what my goal was.
True, and I think this is the kind of game that as you play it more, you'll become more familiar with those scoring options, which ones are maybe a little bit easier to score some points on, which ones should you definitely shy away on, especially if it's closer towards the end of the game, because there's no chance you're going to be able to get those 11 plus points on. But going along with what you said, I do think one thing that we should say in this video is that there is some iconography with this game, because each of those scoring conditions has that iconography. What was that like for you?
I always have difficulty with iconography. I always tend to kind of rely on Lance to remind me what everything is, unless it's just blatantly clear what it is. So I would say it is a little bit difficult, not ridiculous or anything, but as a non-gamer, I think that could be maybe a con for them. Yeah,
and I think the thing with this game is that even as a gamer playing this game, there was definitely some that I had to reference back to the rule book to really understand what it was trying to say. But the great thing about this is that this is a micro game, right? Like a small deck of cards, and so the rule book is not thick. It's a pamphlet. You just flip it over, look and see what exact card you're looking up, and each card is numbered, so that's a really great thing when having to try and find the card. So even trying to decipher what the iconography with the rulebook is not that big of an issue, not that big of a problem, but it is something that we want you to be aware of.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fun factor with this game. Was it fun?
Yeah, I think because it goes so quickly. I think at the beginning I didn't realize how quick of a game it was, so I was taking a lot of time trying to figure out, which taking time per turn is fine. You're not limited time-wise, but I thought there was more time.
Right, yeah.
And it ends, and you're like, I should have made better
what
choices.
Was I doing? Yeah. And I experienced that too, right? Like, it's like, oh, I've got plenty of time to try and get this goal going and get that goal going. And yeah, I can take on one more, trying to score one more. And then before you know it, it's like, oh, wow, I really should not have made some of those choices.
Yeah. So strategy-wise, you kind of have to have a plan early on.
Right, yeah.
Which is not my forte.
Well, but the good thing about it is it's 10 minutes.
You can play again.
Yeah, you can play, and you'll want to at this game. It definitely leaves you feeling like, man, I want to try this again because I could do a lot better with this one. So definitely leaves you feeling like you want to come back to it again and again. Lots to like about this one. Ultimately, is it something that you would recommend playing with non-gamers?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think the time allotted for it and the size is a really good. It'll probably be in our camping box.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. Small footprint. Love the artwork and the look of this one. It's an interesting game, even if some of the scoring conditions are a bit confusing. But that's our thoughts here on Confusing Lands from NV Born Games. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know what you think about this game.
Make sure to like and subscribe and push that bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.